Stories change lives, and every great author starts with one thing: the courage to share their voice.
Step into the spotlight, your words in hand. You've got one shot, they'll understand.
Welcome to the next bestseller, a pitch competition where writers from all walks of life get their shot to move from idea to impact. Over the next 5 weeks, you'll witness bold ideas, raw passion, and unforgettable stories, all presented live to a panel of literary professionals, educators, and community leaders. And it starts right here in Laurel, Maryland. Close to 24 aspiring authors. One shot at the publishing deal of a lifetime. They've got just 1 minute to pitch their story. Some will rise, some will fall, but all of them will grow. I'm Coach Nick, your host, your coach, and your guide through the pages of purpose, power, and performance. This is the next bestseller.
Tasha G.
Yes.
Battle round 2.
Yeah.
Battle round 2. You made it. You made it to battle round 2.
Yes.
How you feel about today?
I'm feeling really excited about it. I'm feeling like everything is becoming more surreal. You know, oh my gosh, this is happening, and it's happening fast.
Okay, yep. We're going through it week by week.
Yeah.
Now today, we're switching things up.
Okay.
It's not a pitch.
Okay.
Instead, interview style. This different format from the tryouts and from battle round 1. How do you feel about this? Are you feeling confident, less confident? Talk to me.
So I still feel confident because I know that you have to be the whole package when you do this stuff. You know what I mean? How can I write a book, but I'm not able to articulate to people what it's about? They need to see that compassion from me and where I'm coming from. And I need to be marketable. You know what I mean? I have to have people saying, I want to come and see her when she's in my city or town. So it's a little more pressure, but I knew that part was coming because, believe it or not, I'm kind of shy.
Okay. So you're kind of shy, but when the lights and camera on, you perform.
There you go.
So turn to that camera. What you want to tell to those folks?
I want to say that I feel like I am the next bestseller because I know that moms need my book out there. A lot of them are overwhelmed and they're scared to ask for help. And the fear that they have as moms, I've had that fear as well. And I'm looking forward to being able to not only help them, but their households and their communities. So vote for me as the next bestseller.
Okay, we're going to get you started.
Okay.
Great job.
I'm ready.
Okay, Boris. Brother, you made it through battle round 2. How do you feel about getting through?
I feel very good and very hopeful once again because I've got to sell I've got to portray what I'm selling. So if I'm out for hope, then I got to always be hopeful and show up.
There you go.
Right.
So now we're in battle round 2. The format is different. Tryouts in round 1 was about pitching.
Right.
Today is about interview style.
Okay.
So the judges are going to be interviewing you, and based on how well you respond to those questions, are going to determine if those people are going to vote you through. So how do you feel about this format?
Well, it's a good thing because I think questions bring out the depths of what people do not know yet. So I'm ready for those questions, especially telling my people who are about to read Hope Again that the road of success is always under construction.
There you go, right there. You heard it straight from Boris, right? Hope personified. He's very clear about his audience right there. So vote him through if that's your guy. Ready?
Ready to go.
Good job. Okay, judges, it's battle round 2. Time to get it cooking, time to get it on. So, the first contestant coming up, she is all about that mom life and simplifying that mom life, making sure that mom's life are less chaotic. Shout out to the moms out there. Let's bring in Tasha G. Okay, then her competitor or sparring partner, he is hope personified. His book is Hope Again, right? Bring it in, Mr. Boris. Tasha G, you're up first.
Good morning.
Good morning. Round 2.
Yes.
Ready?
I'm so excited. Yes.
Great. I'll start with the questions.
Okay.
Part of being a best-selling author is the ability to promote yourself. What have you been doing throughout this competition to promote yourself, as well as what are you looking to do after the competition to promote yourself as the next bestseller?
So I have been on social media right now going live. I feel like with this competition, people need to actually see me and hear me and connect with me in real time. So I've been going live on social media 3 times a day. I've been posting videos. I've been repurposing the content that's here from Quill & Company. And I've just been out there talking about it like it is a baby. You know, like I feel like I just had a baby and I got to like introduce everybody to my baby and tell them about it. So I bring it up in conversation all the time.
What personal experience or belief inspired you to write the story, and why do you think this story needs to be told now?
Thank you for that question. I wrote this from personal experience of being a mom. I have 3 children. They are 9, 11, and 18. And I realized for almost 20 years I've been a mom. And in that time frame, I lost myself. Everything was about them, you know, making sure they were taken care of, but I wasn't taking care of me. And when I realized that I was like waiting for the permission to be myself and find myself, I said, you know, I'm in a mom life crisis and I'm not the only one. But I decided to take the word crisis and instead of looking at it as a negative, look at it as a positive. And it's just a time for me to make a change. And that's what inspired this book.
Excellent. How will winning this competition change your family or change your life?
It will actually do both. It will change my family by them being able to finally go to Hawaii because that is like number 1 on our list. We have our vision board. So I see this being a successful, fruitful opportunity for me where I will become wealthy. And in my wealth, I'll be able to build a generational wealth for my family so they will be able to follow their dreams as well. It will change my life for me because I will actually be able to take the mom maintenance community that I've created and actually go in real time to meet people. That has been a dream of mine for years, to be able to meet those moms who can say, I've read your book and I was in a dark place, but when I read about your plan, when I read about your roadmap where I could actually take back my power and learn how to regulate and manage my emotions and become a better person and balance my life, I just had to meet you in person. So knowing that this competition can give that opportunity where I will be able to meet like my, I don't want to call them fans, but you know, the moms that are supporting me, it's amazing.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I have the last question for you.
Okay.
So the audience knows that casting their vote is their way to support you.
Yes.
But why should someone go beyond just casting their vote? What can they do or what should they do and why should they choose to buy your book, buy your merchandise, as well as your event? What makes your story and you worth in being, investing in?
That's a great question. So when I think about myself and my brand, I think about how I have really taken the time to help dozens of moms as well as myself in this process. So to be able to bring that to people where they can experience that in real time, especially as a mom, it's amazing because a lot of times as moms, we don't make time for ourselves. So I want to incorporate things like people coming to my event and having childcare so they can actually say, oh, I didn't have to make an excuse or choose. I could actually do both. So, and people watching me empower myself by having my life, having this competition, and actually becoming a brand and an author, seeing how I'm balancing it all, I know that that will be a great gift to people. And then with the book, of course, it's an amazing book where not only do you get a roadmap, but it's like having me there with you, like a good girlfriend when you read this book to say, I have these thoughts in my head. What would Tasha G say? Let me read this book. Let me go back to that page. Let me go back to that exercise. So I'm looking forward to being able to provide all of that stuff.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. That was Tasha G. Interview style. Boris, you heard Tasha G. That's what you're going up against. Are you ready?
Ready? Fire it up.
All right. Let's go.
All right.
Good morning, judges.
Good morning. Good morning, Boris. I'm
morning.
going to start you off. Part of being a best-selling author, of course, is the ability to promote yourself. So what have you done within this competition, and what will you be doing for the remainder of the competition to promote yourself as the next bestseller?
Thank you very much. Just the word next bestseller, when you hear that, you have to know that this is you about contending. So that must create a sense of you to not just sit back and just, it's not overnight. You have to keep working. So I've been talking with the help of Queen Uncle, with the help of the coaches. I've been talking to them, and they've been giving me perspectives. And while, like I said the last time, when I was given the no, because the structure was not, when I took the no and I made notes out of it. And I came back the other time, it was better. So it keeps going better and better. With the quote that I always say, the road to success is always under construction. So I'm always pushing for.
Nice.
Right.
Thank you.
Thanks. What personal experience or belief inspired you to write this story, and why do you think this story needs to be told now?
Yeah, thank you so much. Coming from somebody like you, that's very inspiring. Well, I'll go straight. I'm born in Africa, and like everybody else, we all come from somewhere. I was born in Africa, and growing up, seeing a lot of challenges, and my hometown being plagued with a lot, mentally, spiritually, and I'm having a dream. I want to achieve that dream. And my family, my people also have this dream about me. So we get to a point where it's conflicting. I have to go for my dream, and they want me to do what they thought I should do. And at the point, I realized that in about chasing that dream, I realized it's not about that, but the journey in it. So that made me to see life in another way, and that made me to discover another side of me, which I didn't know. So that's a personal experience. That's why the story is about me. Just like one of the judges last time said, the story is almost like The Alchemist. However, it is The Alchemist in a non-fictional way. That's what I'll say.
Excellent. So what has happened in your life specifically that you feel like it is so essential to be hopeful?
Thank you for that question. When you're growing and then you have those dreams and you're seeing that everything around you, it's making that dream to be difficult for you to achieve. And like you are at that point where you are stuck, you are trapped, you know you can make it. But there is still an inner part of you that will say, hey, believe the universe can make something different. So you have to be certain in uncertainties. So while seeing that, and I didn't know I was going to go out of Africa to help, before I knew it, just because I did believe that, well, it's blurry, but I still believe something can happen. It happened. I left Africa. And when I thought I was almost close to that treasure, then I realized that that's not the treasure, because then I see that my ascribed social status start fighting. It's like I'm start being treated because of where I come from. Now, I left from a physical torture, the plague with my family, and I thought I was embracing the goal. But when I got there, I saw there is another challenge. Like the saying goes, a new level, a new devil. So that made me to say, hey, I need to keep embracing it, and I need to know that success is not a destination at the end of the day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I have your last question.
Thank you.
Yep. So the audience knows that the best way to support you is by casting their vote. But why should they go beyond just casting their vote? What is it about you that should allow them to invest into buying your book, your merchandise, as well as your event? What makes your story and your story and your worth investing in?
I believe that my story and my work is worth investing in, because take a look at what's going on in the world right now. A lot is going up mentally. I work and I do by day, I work in the doctor's office.
So I'm a medical assistant. And most times we understand that the world is hurting. And the best thing we can do is give out a hopeful story out there to say, hey, we're going through this, but there is still, the beautiful ones are born. Still believe someone out there still good, and keep trying. And that's the only way we're going to be able to do the little good we can do for everybody at the level we can do to make the world still be a beautiful place for people to believe and stay in.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank
give it
you.
up for us. Okay, Tasha G, you got finished duking it out with Boris right there. Did you fully understand that question? Were you fully happy with your response to that question?
I felt good and confident about it because I let them know that I'm a mom, right? Moms have certain things that we do. Like every day I'm coming, I'm wearing the same thing, you know, because I'm a brand. And I know that we need that brand recognition, and moms want something that is simple. This is simple to get up and put on. So imagine if I have shirts for the moms, and they can get that shirt and they can put it on and they can be empowered looking down, seeing my logo, right? Then with you having the shop, I think that's a great addition that Quill & Company is doing for us, because it's going to help us to also have more things that we can give to our public and our fans.
Okay, Boris, you just got out of duking it out with Tasha G.
Right.
She's a fierce sparring partner, right?
Sure.
Okay, so the judges asked you some pretty, deep questions there. How do you feel like you did responding to their questions?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting the questions, but they were very questions that brought the in-depth, and I had to go more to tell, because sometimes you want to connect with your people, you want to connect with the people that you're journeying with them, and so this was the best interview questions that I would have had to connect with my audience.
So, do you feel like you gave the proper answers to some of those questions? Did you understand some of those questions there?
Confidently, I would say yes, because it actually brought out the inner fact, because during the pitch time we didn't have the time to tell the backstory of everything ourselves. So I think it was good, and though I was not expecting, but he hit it right, and I was already online. I believe that I gave out the best answers that I should give.
Xerxes, my main man. Okay, you here. Battle round 2. How does it feel to make it to battle round 2?
It feels good. I was confident I would make it here. I remember on the call when I had one vote, I was confused. But then in the end, I think I finished third in the votes, which I was happy about that.
Oh yeah. So let's talk about that. So what did you actually do? Because on the live, the after show, you're like, I'm gonna screenshot this. I'm gonna talk to my people. So tell the people a little bit more about what you do to get those votes so you can make it through today.
Well, I remember I had went to a Laurel High School Community Day. There was a bunch of small businesses that I checked out, and I told them I was in a competition, and I had followed them so I could text them, and I texted them the same time the screenshot, and they all voted.
I love it.
It worked perfect.
Okay, Jakaya, you made it around 2. Did you think you was gonna make it around 2?
I was 50-50,
50-50. Okay, so what did you do to help get you to round 2? Did you campaign? Did you go on Instagram or something? What'd you do?
I posted the link on my Instagram to get people to vote for me, and I told my friends, my teachers, and also my mom. She told her friends, her work friends, other family members, their family members, all of that. So.
And then you made it through. Okay, today is not about pitching, it's about interviewing based on how well your responses to the judges' questions right there. The audience is going to be watching and listening to your responses. How do you feel about this change up in the format?
I'm a little nervous about it, but I think I'll do okay.
Okay, now one of the things we did was that we paired you guys with Dr. Christina Madison. Shout out to her, right? Giving you the media prep, right? How was that experience?
It was nice. It was nice. She gave me some tips that'll definitely help me out with interviewing.
So you ready to get this thing going? You ready to duke it out?
I think so.
Okay, all right, battle round 2, here we go. Okay, the next rotation, I'm calling it the super team rotation right here. We got a 13-year-old, we got a 17-year-old, right? And we got a teen judge right here. That's what I'm talking about. So you're the captain of this round right here, okay? So he got this special sword that's gonna help kids, right? He's gonna tell you more about it when you interview him. Oh my goodness, he's dynamic. He made it through to round 2. Oh my goodness, I can't wait for you guys to see his performance today. Give it up for Xerxes! And then his sparring partner. Oh, she's all about that spooky murder life right there. He said, wait a minute, murder? No, murder mystery. Let's be clear. But she's about that gore, that spookiness, that mysterious plot twist. Are you going to figure out who done it? Who did it? We're going to find out. Bring it out. Come on out. Jakaya! Xerxes, you're up.
Welcome, Xerxes. I'm going to start us off with a question. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, great. So part of being a best-selling author is the ability to promote yourself. What have you done throughout this competition, and what will you do with the remaining part of this competition to promote yourself as the next bestseller?
What I've done throughout this competition to promote myself as the next bestseller is go to businesses and tell them that I'm in this competition and asking them to vote for me. And I told them, I support you, you support me. And I've also reached out to family members and friends to support me. And in the future, I'm going to reach out to more businesses, and I'm going to ask my family members who have their own businesses to reach out to people that they know or people that buy their merch to vote for me.
Wow, great job. Thank you.
Hi, Xerxes. So what personal experience or belief inspired you to write the story, and why do you think this story needs to be told now?
The personal experiences that told me to write this story were sometimes getting bullied a little bit because I was short, but then overcoming it by proving them that I'm good at a certain thing. And the reason that the story needs to be told now is to show kids that they can write books and overcome their adversities that they'll deal with.
Thank you.
So my question, what trials and tribulations or challenges do your characters go through in this book that you can relate to, that you can relate closest to?
Well, the closest thing that I can relate to is them getting bullied and having to overcome the bullying by proving themselves or doing something that makes the bullies apologize or rethink their actions. And yeah, that's mostly it's the bullying. That's what I can most relate to.
All right, so I have your last question, Xerxes. The audience knows to cast their vote to support you. But why would someone go beyond casting their vote in ways of purchasing your book, your merchandise, as well as purchasing a ticket to your book-based event?
Someone would like to go beyond to purchase merch or purchase my book or go to a book-based event because they could feel like they're being part of this process and they could feel like they're changing or shaping the next generation.
Great. Well, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Give it up, Xerxes! Okay. Oh, shots fired. Blows, boop, boop, boops. Okay, you ready? You ready? Come on. Give it up for Jakaya. You up. Let's go.
Hi.
Hi, Jakaya. This is round 2. Excited?
Mm-hmm.
Great. So I have your first question.
Okay.
Part of being a best-selling author is the ability to promote yourself. So what have you done throughout this competition, and what do you plan on doing for the remainder of the competition to promote yourself as the next bestseller?
I've been posting on my story Instagram. I've been telling my friends, my teachers, and also my mom has been doing it too with her friends, her work colleagues, and her family and family's family, and you know.
Awesome.
Nice. What personal experience or belief inspired you to write this story, and why do you think it needs to be told now?
Well, I think it needs to be told now because, like, some people in the world, like, you can't really trust no one, and that's kind of like the main message in my book. And you really can't trust nobody, because not everybody's who they say they are. So.
Thank you.
Your story blends suspense, mystery, and a crime, a chilling crime. So what makes Devil's Night stand out from other murder mysteries? And why do you think readers will be drawn to your unique take on uncovering the truth?
Well, I think because it's coming from, like, someone from, like, the young generation, and I feel like there's a lot of people who write, it could just be like little generations, and I think my book is unique because it's coming from a young black woman, and we really don't get that much. So.
Well, I have your last and final question. Well, you were mentioning earlier, it sounds like you have a lot of support, so people are definitely casting their vote. But why would someone go beyond just casting their vote and invest in buying your book, your merchandise, as well as a ticket to your book-based event?
Well, because my book, like I mentioned before, like the main message, and also I feel like really people will really enjoy like the horror, the murder mystery, try to figure out who the killer is. And I think people should buy the merchandise because, I mean, it's the merchandise is really cool, and why not, you know?
Nice. Great job. Good luck with it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, all right, give it up for Jakaya. Okay, Xerxes, you just came out of battle round 2, your rotation with Jakaya. They asked you some pretty, deep questions. How did you feel about those questions?
Well, I like the questions, and I was able to give a response that I was happy with and comfortable with.
Okay. Now, one of those questions they asked you was about promotion, right? Because like you said in the pre-interview, right before you went in pit and had the interview, you talked about how you were in last place and now you're into battle round 2, and they said, well, what did you do, right? So how do you feel about the work you put in and then got rewarded by making it to battle round 2? How do you feel about that?
I feel good about that, and I feel like I can get even more votes because the votes that I accumulated were in about one day, and I had gone just the day before to promote people myself for people to vote for me. So I feel like if I have a whole week, I can get a lot more views, maybe double the votes.
Okay, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. So turn to that camera and because there's a message right there to young people about work ethic, right? And so even though you were in last place, you was like, that's unacceptable. I'm gonna make this thing happen. So go on, preach that message to those young people.
If you're losing, you don't give up and you keep trying, and then you'll eventually succeed.
Perfect. Okay, battle round 2, you like boop boop. You came boop 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 boop. Throwing blows, right? Xerxes threw his blows first. You came back, threw your blows. How do you think you did with answering the judges' questions?
I think I did okay answering the judges' questions.
If it was one thing that you would improve on your answers, what would that be?
Probably like not pausing so much, I guess, and like just responding right away and maybe not be so nervous.
Okay, but I mean, this is a new format, right? But the most important thing is it's okay to pause, because then you get your thoughts together and make sure you articulate your message right there, right? Okay, Lady T, Tiara, with that spice in everybody's life from your upcoming book.
Yes.
How you made it to battle round 2? You made it.
It was so exciting.
Right? It is, isn't it? Right? So, What does this mean to you, making it to the next round?
This means a lot to me because I'm actually holding myself accountable. I'm not procrastinating, and I'm just doing it. I'm going in.
Okay. So now, this is a different format. You're not pitching, you're responding to interviewing questions.
Right.
How do you feel about that format?
Very, very nervous. Very, very nervous. It gets my brain moving. Like I have to really think. I have to think about my words before I say them and just really go for it.
Okay, now we did help you out, Quill and Co.
Yes.
Right? We pulled some resources together. We got you with good old Dr. Christina Madison. Again, shout out to Dr. Christina.
Yes.
Right? This your plug, your commercial.
Amazing.
Right? So let's talk about that experience. Working with her, doing media prep and responding to interview questions. Talk about that.
It was amazing because she really allowed me to see the different ways you can use words and the different wordings that you can say without using fillers and things like that. And it was an eye-opener.
Okay, all right, Sam. I say this is the Southern gentleman with that deep voice. There we go. Hey, last round you came, switched it up. You read a chapter from the book, right? And then the ladies were like, oh my goodness, audio book. I need an audio book from you, right? So, boom. Now, when we did the fan favorite poll, okay, you were okay, but you weren't quite up there. It was maybe on the danger zone right there. Then all of a sudden, boom, you came in second place. Call it what it came, was killing with 62% of the vote, and you just shrunk those margins and came to a very close second. What'd you do?
I'm just being myself, being honest.
Okay.
Pouring out my heart, that's it.
Okay, so being yourself, being honest, that drove the votes.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, so now you're not pitching, it's interview style. This is where they get to ask you questions and you got to respond to promote that book. How do you feel about that format?
This is my favorite part.
Ooh, why is that?
Because I get to pour my heart out, I get to open my spirit. They're going to know what the Cashmere experience really is.
Oh, ooh, the Cashmere experience. Is that going to be the title of the curated event right there? I think we got it. Right there. Right? Okay, we got Lady K. Hey. All right, caller. Listen, you were the #1 vote getter. You were the #1 fan favorite. Over 62%. But then you became the #1 vote getter. But you didn't get that 62% this time. Sam took a big chunk in your margins right there. So, battle round 2, are you feeling a little nervous? Like, hey, the people are catching up to you? Talk about that.
I am nervous because I want this so badly, but I do feel like I'm just gonna continue putting my best foot forward and trying to relate to my audience members, because I feel like everyone has experience with dating, romance, love, trying to figure it out. So I just want to stay focused on that goal.
Okay, so now focus on that goal. All right, now, hey, you're an up-and-coming author. That means you are part of the media industry, and packaging and presentation is important. Look at this package right here. I'm telling you right here. She got the red, she got the black. I'm telling you.
The heart earring.
Got the heart earring. Look at that. Woo! Let's talk about the presentation right here. What inspired this? Are we manifesting that book right there?
We are. I really believe in manifestation and prayer and all the things. So I think I just have to embody what I want to see to happen, and I want to be one of the next bestseller romance authors out there, so I'm gonna show up that way.
I love that. Okay, judges. Woo, this been tough right here. So now, again, you guys are not judging, you are interviewers. You part of the press, right? Okay, now we're bringing in the last rotation. It ain't 1, it's not 2, it's 3. It's a triple threat, and all of them got some intrigue, all of them got some mystery, all of them got some spiciness, and some rawness and realness. All right, so battle round 1, that format worked. So we say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, so we're going to do it again. Run it back. For you people who watch, I know y'all here for this. So, coming up first, Again, I say she's tiny, but she is mighty. She's all about that mystery, that intrigue, right? It's all about that being who you are, right? And not being afraid, but also making sure that you have some psychological thriller going on, because who can use some little thriller in their life? So give it up for AKA Lady T, Tiara. Her next sparring partner. Okay. That's the epitome of that Southern gentleman with that Southern drawl, with that deep voice. The judges went crazy. Last then they go crazy, Mike. Yes, they did. Mike said, I ain't go crazy, but the other judges went crazy, right? They went crazy, and then that made him not number 3, not number 4, but number 2 in the total votes. He came to battle round number 2 by being the second leading vote getter. Give it up for Mr. Sam. And last but certainly not least, we're talking about the lady who was the number 1 fan favorite with over 62% of the votes. And she said, okay, you thought that was something, I'm gonna run it back. So when the votes really mattered, when it came to elimination, she finished what? Number 1 again, the number 1 vote getter. She's all about that black girl magic. She's all about that black love. Give it up for what I call her Lady K. Give it up for Carla. All right, Lady T, you up first.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Feeling good?
Yes.
All right. I have the first question for you.
Okay.
So part of being a best-selling author is promoting yourself.
Mm-hmm.
What have you done so far in the competition to promote yourself, and what are you planning to do for the remainder of the competitions to promote yourself?
So, with promoting myself comes the hard task of just being out there, putting yourself out there. So, I've been working on my confidence. I've been working on staying committed to this competition, and I will remain that way throughout the competition and afterwards, so that people will be able to buy my book, people will be able to care for me, and really just feel what I'm trying to get out there deeply.
Nice, thank you.
What personal experience or belief inspired you to write this story, and why do you think this story needs to be told now?
I'm sorry, can you say that one more time?
What personal experience or belief inspired you to write the story, and why do you think the story needs to be told now?
Okay. So the personal experience was, this story is my story. It's about a lot of experiences that I have encountered where I'm driving to a person's house I just met, and I don't know, I don't know this man. So it's things like that that made me think, it's like, well, he could kill me, he could do anything. So I was like, this is a story. This is a story, because how many other people are going through this same exact thing that don't make it out?
Your book boldly explores themes such as passion, danger, and desire. What does it mean to you to write a story that embraces sexual freedom without shame? And how do you hope readers will feel when they experience guiltiest pleasures?
This means the world to me to write, because I feel like people keep certain things in the dark as far as their sexuality, and it leads to dangerous encounters. So I think this book will really shed light on healing, on self-awareness, and on just owning your own personality and your truth.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very excited about this. I do have your last question.
Okay.
So the audience does know about, casting the vote to support you.
Mm-hmm.
But why should anyone go beyond just casting the vote? Why should they buy your book, your merchandise, and a ticket to your book-themed event?
I feel like people should really support me in this journey, because it was very hard. I'm overcoming a lot of boundaries I had set for myself, and I feel like I've made it this far. It's only right to just see it through.
Yes. Well, good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, give it up. That's Sierra. Okay, so it's going down, it's down, and let's see if we're going to keep picking it up. Next up, that Southern gentleman. Come on, Sam.
All right, Sam, I'm going to start you off. Part of being the best-selling author is the ability to promote yourself. What have you been doing to promote yourself during this competition, and what do you plan to do for the remainder of the competition to promote yourself?
Well, I have told everyone that I see, everyone that I meet, family, friends, colleagues, everyone knows about this competition. Everyone knows about the passion that I have to express myself creatively, and that is the biggest reason why I have been getting support.
Nice.
What personal experience or belief inspired you to write the story, and why do you think the story needs to be told now?
This story has to be told. This is about my purpose. This is about why I'm living and breathing. And honestly, it gives me chills to even think about it, because it involves me putting my life at risk in certain instances. It involves me facing my insecurities, facing doubt, facing questionable situations, opportunities, and looking at it as me putting myself in position to let other people know that it is okay for you to tell your story. It's okay to say you have made mistakes. It's okay to go for your dreams at any risk or at any cost, by any means necessary, and that's what I believe in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So Sam, my question, how would you define what it means to be a strong black man as a character?
I know that strength is in vulnerability. I'm a person of faith. I believe in God, and I know that God has been helping me write this story because I'm still living it out. And sometimes you have to be strong even when you don't know what strong looks like, when you haven't always seen it modeled in front of you. And I talk to God daily, and I know sometimes this may make people feel different ways, and I don't disagree with what anyone believes in, but the very reason why I'm standing in front of you all today is because I have been covered and I have been protected beyond my control, and I know that that's where strength comes from. It comes when I feel weak. In those moments of vulnerability, in those moments of insecurity, that's where the strength comes from, in being authentic and being true to myself, and understanding that I was created as an individual, flaws and all, imperfect as I am, but I can be the best me that I can be, and that's what this story is all about.
Thank you. Great.
Thank you.
I have your last question.
Yes.
The audience knows to cast a vote to support you. However, why would someone go beyond just casting their vote? Why would they buy your book and your merchandise and buying a ticket to your book-based event?
This is the hug that people didn't know they needed. This is about love. This is about facing your fears. This is about putting everything on the line. All chips are in, and I'm risking it all. It's like shooting that half-court shot. And I only get one shot, and I know I'm going to make it. So that's why you need to support this, because this is an experience. This is going to be a full experience. This is not just words on a paper. It's going to be music. It's going to be art. It's going to be love. It's going to be danger. It's going to be excitement. So you're going to experience everything. It's like being in an IMAX theater. You're going to feel every moment. You're going to be on this ride with me. And where I'm from, we drive drive a lot of old schools. So, put your seatbelt on, buckle up, and sit in the old school with me and listen to the music while we ride and take this journey.
Nice. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, good job. We got the competition is fair. The competition is fair. We got some body blows. We got some haymakers. Woo! Okay, so next up again is the leading vote getter. She was the #1 fan favorite. She's also was the #1 top vote getter to get her into battle round 2. She got that steep competition. We're going to see if she can step up to the plate this time. Come on, caller. Lady Kate.
All right.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. Welcome to round 2, Carla.
Thank you so much.
So I have your first question. Part of being a best-selling author is the ability to promote yourself. Excuse me, what have you done in this competition so far to promote yourself, and what do you plan on doing for the remainder of the competition in regards to promotion?
Honestly, what haven't I done to promote myself? I feel like from day one, I've been super excited about just getting the word out to people through word of mouth, but also tapping into social media. So I've been creating TikToks and kind of tapping into the trends that we see on TikTok. But also I've created a playlist because my book will have a R&B love playlist to go along with each short story. So I've created that playlist to give people kind of a preview of like what the mood and vibes will be for my book. So like I said, tapping into social media, word of mouth, to telling my coworkers, my family, my friends, but just thinking creatively about how I can get people interested.
Nice. Thank you.
What personal experience or belief inspired you to write the story, and why do you think the story needs to be told now?
So I would say that I've been shaped by Black love throughout my entire life. My parents were high school sweethearts. They've been married for over 30 years, and that's something that's like very near and dear to my heart. But personally, my dating experience has been a journey, and it's still an ongoing journey, right? I am almost 30 years old, Black woman, and grew up in Prince George's County. And I've had a wide range of dating experiences. I've had really great, sweet, and tender experiences, but I've also had, experiences that weren't so great. But I think I want to like lead with vulnerability to invite people to also do the same. I want people to realize that they can talk about the things that they normally wouldn't talk about, maybe some of their fears around dating, like, will I ever find my person? Like those kind of things that we don't really vocalize, but are always in the back of our mind. So I want people to really know that even if they've had a bad dating experience, they should feel hopeful about dating and not hopeless.
So Carla, do you believe that you will carry on the tradition that your parents and grandparents have for finding and keeping Black love?
Wow, that is a really, really good question. I would say I'm hopeful that I will, but again, you never know what's going to happen. But I think you have to really lead with being optimistic, because if you're pessimistic about dating, then it's never going to happen for you. You have to, despite the bad experiences, despite the heartbreak, like I mentioned before, I experienced heartbreak very recently. So despite that, I want to show up as if tomorrow I might meet the person that I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. And I want people to kind of have that feeling as well. And I want to encourage others to do that. So, with your question, I am very hopeful that it'll happen for me, but time will tell.
Thank you for that.
Thank you. I have your last question. Okay. The audience knows that casting a vote, of course, is a great way to provide support, but why should someone go beyond just casting a vote? Why should they buy your book, your merchandise, and a ticket to your book-based event?
So I think I'm really leading with vulnerability. So I really want people to feel like I'm opening up the conversations about dating and romance, like I said, that we don't usually talk about. I have a lot of conversations with my friends about these complex experiences that we're having in dating, and I want to open that up for people to feel comfortable to share that. So, with my book signings, my book events, I will, have very candid conversations about dating now, especially as a Black woman. And I want to open that conversation for people. And then I also, like I said, I'm going to have a playlist for people to kind of inspire the mood of like R&B love. And just, I think people should want to tap into this because it's something that I feel like we need right now. We need to feel hopeful. We need to really feel optimistic about dating. And I want people to be able to experience that through my book.
Great. Good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Give it up. Give it up. So there you have it. That's the last rotation. So, okay. That's it. So, you had 3 rotations, right? Give us your final thoughts. Start with you, Paul.
Competition is tough. Yeah, this last group especially, I mean, they feel it, and I got that from them. So this competition is going to be really, really tough. I'm looking forward to seeing the next step in their journey.
Ooh, yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
Come on, Maddie. Come on, give us your thoughts here.
I liked seeing people's personal experience in the book, and also just they're really like excited about this and they want to win. That was amazing to look at. It was awesome.
Now, you've been the author, so soon they're going to be your peers, right? Because you're ahead of them. You're already a published author. Give the people a shout out of your book one more time. Let's do it.
Yeah, so my book is called It's Okay to Be Me. It talks about my story of a stuttering and how I find confidence through it.
Fantastic, right? So, you see what we're doing with the folks, right? We're putting them through the Quill and Company factory, right? So they've been working with the writing coaches on Quill and Company, right? They've been working with the great Dr. Madison, Christina Madison, for the media prep, right? And we get to see that on display in this episode here. So seeing the resources that we're pointing to these contestants, how does that make you feel about being part of the Quill & Co. family? And is it something you like, hey, Robin, Miss CEO, can we pour some of that support to me? I want to get your thoughts.
Well, I'm just really excited that there's more authors out there to share their story, because that's how my book started, wanting to share my story. And honestly, it's really cool that you guys are giving them resources. And I wish some of that would have gone to me, but it's fine.
Don't worry, we got some cool stuff coming down the pike for the existing authors. Stay tuned, we got you. All right, Dr. Mike, same thing to you, because you're a published author on the Quill & Co. label right there, right? First of all, what are your overall thoughts, final thoughts on it? And then what about the way we're pouring resources into the authors? So those 2 questions there.
I think the competition is going great. Each level, it gets more and more difficult, and you can see the passion for their characters, the passion for to tell their story, and so you see that they have a strong desire the more that the competition goes on. And I just hope that the resources that they're utilizing the resources well to help them deliver on the pitch, and also make improvements based on the coaching. So in the next round, we should look for more of the story, more of the meat, more of the content, so that we can help them structure the next level of their book. We got the introduction, we know the body of their story, but now I think it's time for them to point us in that direction of a conclusion, so that we can continue to provide them with that level of feedback.
So we here, right here. Mike already directing the next episode right here, right? He said, hey, I want to see more of that story developing. Well, hey, if you feel that same way, hit us up right now in the chat, right there in the YouTube chat. Hit us up right now in the YouTube chat, right? And say, hey, I want to hear more of these stories, more of these chapters. Like last week, Sam read a chapter of the book. Should we have everybody read a chapter of their book and see how far they have come from trials to now? That might be a good idea. But what we care about is what you care about. So right now, in the chat, the live chat, put your thoughts. Put your thoughts in the live chat, and then we're going to talk about it immediately after this episode on the live after show. Right? So the live after show is on the YouTube channel on Coach Nick DC. So Coach Nick DC, N-I-C, no K, Coach Nick DC. Follow us right from here, right on over to my channel so we can have that live after show conversation and we can reveal, okay, what topic we're going to cover, what format we're going to cover in the next upcoming episode. You guys have the power. Let's hear you talk. All right, this has been the next bestseller. Can't wait to see you next week. Okay, you got finished duking it out in battle round 2, actually. The last rotation, the triple threat, running back. That's what the people wanted. That's what we gave you, right? So, the questions. Oh, there was some difficult questions. There was some steep questions. They went there. How do you feel about the questions?
I feel like the questions were amazing. It really got me thinking deeply about why I'm writing this book.
So tell the people, just give them a reminder, why are you writing this book again?
I'm writing this book because it's stemmed from real life experiences that shed light on dark encounters.
Right? And so what's the takeaway people want? Because we want to be entertaining. And I know it's going to be entertaining. Psychological thriller, that's entertaining, right? But what additional impact you want to have with your book?
My takeaways are to own your sexuality. What you feel shouldn't be where you're going, if that makes sense. Just have insight on what it is that you're actually doing, what it is you're actually, I don't know what I'm saying.
No, you're doing great. So what I'm saying is that, it's okay to be who you are and how you are.
Yes.
Right? Okay? And so there's no shame in being who you are and how you are.
Exactly.
Okay, Sam came out of round 2. Last rotation again with the same sparring partners. Those ladies right there, they've been bringing the heat. They've been bringing the competition. How do you think you did, though?
I know I did a good job.
Chest out. I know I did a good job. Yes, you did do a good job, brother. What about that question, though, with Dr. Mike? Dr. Mike was tasked with asking all these deep questions here. When he asked, basically paraphrasing, how do you define being a strong black man? What does that mean to you? What did the question itself being asked to you, what did that mean?
Honestly, it made me reflect over my whole life in a matter of seconds. It just hit me. It hit me every layer of my being. It hit me. It made me think. It made me feel a lot of different emotions. I was able to compose myself, but it made me feel everything.
And all of those things are in that book, right?
Yes.
What's the name of that book again?
Cashmere Thoughts.
Cashmere. And who's the lead character in that?
David Cashmere.
Ooh-wee. We have tickets available. It's free for the live event. June 28th. Doors open at 2:30. The show starts at 3 p.m. You go to quillandco.com, same thing, /events, where you go vote. Get your tickets before they're out. Get your tickets. This is a chance where you get to see these wonderful authors in the making, in the flesh, and you get to see who actually wins the competition and who will be the next bestseller. So go there and get your tickets, right? So, are you going to drive your people there to get their tickets so they represent you?
Yes. Go to Quill & Co. YouTube, make sure you watch, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, make sure you share this with everyone, make sure you vote for me, definitely, make sure you, when it's time to get that pre-book, to purchase it, make sure you do that. I'm stumbling on my words because I'm excited, but make sure you attend this curated experience because this is going to be one for the ages, unlike any other.
There you go, right there. So you heard it straight from the Southern gentleman with that Southern drawl and our deep voice, right? This your guy. Support him. Great job, brother. Okay, Lady K. All right, y'all ran it back. The last rotation, the triple threat. Another round of steam in this right here. But y'all went deep. Y'all, the judges asked them some tough questions, right? Made you like go deepward, inward, and like come out with something that was like great. I thought it was magical, right? So the question I'm gonna start off with again, Dr. Mike. That question about your grandfather, your grandmother, your parents, right? How they been able to find black love and hold on to that black love. And so now, are you gonna pick up that mantle and be able to carry on that tradition, right? How did that question make you feel?
Honestly, it was such a good question that made me think. It's something that I've been talking to my friends about. Like, like I said, like, will I find my person? Like, when will it happen? Will it ever happen? There's times where I am like, oh my gosh, I'm never dating again. I just had this really bad experience. But then I just have to give myself grace and time to remember, like, just take a second and then get back out there because you just never know. Like I said, you could meet someone at the grocery store. But I think, I also like have pressure sometimes from my family. Like my grandmother's like, when you're gonna bring home somebody to family? And I'm like, I'm working on it, right? So I think that question just kind of reminded me of those experiences that I think that my readers and the audience probably are experiencing too. But it just really grounded me in the why I'm writing this book, which is to inspire people to stay hopeful, to have those feelings, and to understand that love is complex and complicated, but it's also very beautiful.
No time for maybe, no space for fear. You've worked, you've bled, now bring it here. Heart on the page, eyes on the prize. This is the battle where stories rise. When love loves, will you fall? Can you answer the call? They're watching, you're clocking, it's now or not.